Hey everyone, in today's quick tip, we're going to look at how to customize your tabs to be able to see more than one at a time, or just to get them more comfortable to where you like them. So first off, with Vectric's new version 11 release, the tabs are now on the left side because they added a new 5th tab called Sheets. So there wasn't as much room on the bottom, so they switched it to the left side here. If you happen to like the bottom better and you don't want the tabs on the left, you can change that by going to Edit, going down to Options, and then in the window layout section at the top, you can see the last option is tab location. You can change that from left to bottom, click OK, and now that will switch the tabs to the bottom of your screen. And if you didn't have enough room where you could see these all, you can also adjust the width of your tab over here by clicking right next to the ruler and adjusting the width. And I actually don't mind the tabs on the left, so I'm going to switch those back. So I'm going to go to Edit, Options, switch my tab location to the left, click OK, and then I'm going to shrink the width back down. So now let's look at how we can further customize these tabs. So by default, they come in this order. So Drawing, Modeling, Clip Art, Layers, and Sheets. And you can actually change the order of these by just clicking and dragging one of these down or up the list. And now you can see they are in a different order when you drag one of those down or up. And then if you want it back in the same order, you can just drag that back up to wherever it was. So that's a simple way to rearrange the order of the tabs. And now you can also pull some of these tabs out. So let's say if we wanted the modeling tab on top of our drawing over here, we can just click that tab, drag it out, and come out on our screen here. And now you can see the modeling tab has now been removed from our list and is now on our screen floating. So now we can look at the drawing tab, for instance, and also be looking at the modeling tab at the same time. And you can move this anywhere you like on your screen, as well as change the size of it. And you can also hide it on your screen. Let's say if we dragged it up here to the top corner and this little pin button here, click on that pin and then come outside of the tool, and you can see it will automatically collapse when you're not using it. And then when you hover over the name, it will expand to see your tools. And then when you go out of the tools, it will auto hide out of your way. And if you wanted to turn that feature off, you just click that little pin button again, and now the tools will stay visible on your screen. And you could do that with any of these tabs here. You can drag all these out if you wanted to on your screen. Another thing you could do is split your screen over here with the tabs. So let's say we wanted to see our layer tab at all times. So to do that, we can click and drag that layer tab and bring it down to the bottom of our screen until it snaps right there at the bottom. And then release. And now you can see our layer tab is now at the bottom here, and it's no longer a tab in our list. But you can now also see we're looking at the Sheets tab at the same time as the Layers tab. And if we switch to Clip Art, you can see their layers are still at the bottom, as well as the Drawing tab, our layers are still at the bottom. And you can also adjust the size of this as well by clicking and dragging up or down, as well as for the width by dragging left or right. So you can see that's a great feature if you wanted to see your layers at all times, as well as your Drawing tab. And then also we have our Modeling tab out here, so we could see 3 tabs at once. And if you really wanted to get crazy, you can take your Clip Art out here, as well as your Sheets tab. And you can see we no longer have any tabs left because they are all visible on our screen right now. We can even put multiple tabs down at the bottom here. Let's say if you wanted the Sheets down there as well, we can take that and drag it down to the bottom. And let's snap it right there. So now you can see we're looking at the Sheets tab, the Layers tab, as well as the Drawing up at the top. And you can see if the tab is too small for all the tools, it will turn into a scroll wheel where you can see all of your tools. And then once again, all of these have this little auto hide feature. So let's say if you wanted to hide the sheets when it's not in use, you can click that little auto hide. And now we can see all of our tools again. And our sheets are now turned into this temporary type of tab that when we hover over top of it, it'll pop out the sheet tab here. And then if we click that tab again, it'll hide away in the side there. And then if we wanted to bring it back down here where it was, we can click it again and click the little pin at the top, and that'll put it right back to where it was. And now, of course, there is a way to put these all back to where they were. And to do that, you would click on the tab where the name is. So there's a couple of dots there. You want to click on those dots to move it. And then you want to drag it on top of the very top tab on top of the name as well. So hover your mouse over the name of that tab and then release. And that'll put the tabs back to where they were. And then if you do that for all of the tabs, click on the name, drag it on top of the name of the other tabs, and then release. And do that for the rest here. Drag those back. Now you can see all of our tabs are back to where they were on the left. And they may be in a different order, so you can just switch the order back to where they were. And there we go. Now we're back to where we started. So that is how you can rearrange your tabs to be more custom to your liking, or just to be able to see more than one at a time.